Kia ora and welcome to another episode of the Cricketers Network. We are back in our studio. The weather around New Zealand is somewhat settled. I was able to get into the studio today, so that is good. And there's plenty going on in the cricketing world. So fortunately, we have the A-team on. That's right. Mark Richardson, Suzie Bates, and Kyle Mills. Welcome to the Cricketers Network. How are we?
Good, mate.
Yeah, great.
After that intro.
Yeah, was that okay?
But I don't. I've never liked the pressure of expectations, so it's not a great start for you.
Every team's the
See?
A-team.
Yeah.
Every team's the A-team, but that's okay.
Oh, really? Is that it?
Yeah, that's my little catchphrase.
One of those guys. Eh?
Yeah, I've got one. It's annoying because all three of you have done quite a lot of broadcasting, so you can critique me as well.
Okay.
But welcome, Suzie. You are the only active member of the cricketing community. Can we get a injury update from you, please?
Yes, I can bat, bowl, run, gym. I just can't sprint, but I don't really sprint in cricket anyway, so.
Neither could I.
I think they think I can still sprint, so that's promising. So yeah, I'm aiming for the South African series, which will be a great series, double headers, so it's still a little while away, but I can bat and bowl, so I'm happy as, so just missing playing.
Oh yeah, right. Well, you were just at training just now, so it is coming back.
Yeah, so I don't think they like me very much because my training's like my game. But no.
Oh right.
My competitive edge.
With your own teammates.
Yeah, I won that. Yeah, we won. Yeah, you know. It was 12 off the over.
Yeah, that'd be pretty annoying.
That's good over, 12. Well
Yeah,
done.
no, yeah.
Well, I had those people who used to bat against the nets, and they say, okay, you know, set your field in your mind, and every time you hit the ball in the air, oh, that's out.
Yeah, that's out.
It's like, no, put it in the gav. Yeah. Nick it, that's out. How do
Good
you
fielding
know?
side though, Greg.
No.
If I
Those
nick
bowlers
it,
are so annoyed.
It's treats,
Yeah.
you nick it, it's always four.
Yeah.
You like treats in the nets.
Treats. I've
Yeah.
never heard that
Oh,
before.
yeah,
Oh, so when
Yep.
just a little fortuitous nick through the slips
yeah,
is
like it
called
wasn't
treats.
purposeful. It's
I see.
like just a big dirty edge.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, treats.
Treats.
What does that mean? You have to go and buy
No,
treats?
it's just treat. It's like extra
It's
run,
extra.
so it's like.
Yeah, bonus.
Oh, right. I thought if you nicked it, you had to then go and buy the lollies and stuff for you.
No.
Yeah.
See, Rigger's going, that's never happened to me. I've never nicked one through the slips.
They didn't have cricket slang in the old days.
Yeah. There's no way I would play at a ball outside or something in the nets. That's dangerous.
So you're just leaving all day
Yeah.
in the nets, are you?
No, I needed to know where my off stump was. I was happy to have my off stump knocked out of the ground because then I knew where it was. Yeah, and I wasn't out.
But as a lefty, all the net bowlers don't know how to bowl to lefties and insist on your pads all day, surely.
Yeah. Actually, I never like facing the lefties in the nets. Actually, the left armers, no.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
That's what normal people have to face all the time.
Probably where my dislike to the left came from.
Well, we'll get political later. But I can relate to you, Suzie. I'm also carrying an injury. I have a pulled groin from racing my kids in sprints. Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 46 next week. Yeah.
That's
Dangerous.
going forwards and you've done your groin.
Well, I used to be a sprinter, right? And like at school, I was a good sprinter. And
really?
yeah, I know you wouldn't think it to look at me, but
100, 200?
100, yeah. Under 18 Taranaki champion 1997. Anyway,
Wow, that's impressive.
What's your
Yeah.
fastest time?
11-2.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
serious. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. Wind assisted, but anyway, yeah. So I still think I can do it. And you know, we had dinner and I'd had a couple of beers, and I thought, oh yeah, I can race my 15-year-old who plays, you know, football, and is quite fit. Yeah, she beat me, and I pulled my groin. So that was.
There you go.
Once you're over 45, anything explosive is a no-no.
Yeah, would have been about a 45. Yeah.
No, but once you're over 45.
Oh, I thought you meant a 45-metre run.
No. No, once you're over 45 years of age,
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
over 45
anything
minutes.
explosive is no.
Yeah.
And lateral.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. No. Definitely not lateral. I don't know why I pulled my groin going forward.
Going forward.
No. I don't know. How are you
Power,
actually?
Too much power.
Speaking of that, how are you after the Blackcaps, Kyle? 'Cause-
It was good fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, certainly. The cricket's, look, it's the cricket. But catching up with everyone is certainly the highlight. Couple of
yeah,
late
the
nights.
night before.
Yeah, night before. But no, it's more flipped to the night of. But
Oh,
it was
okay.
my reintroduction of Tim Southee.
Oh yes.
So that was took a wee while.
Do you mean
Used
as a social
Just him bullying
animal?
me.
Oh.
Did you? I didn't watch. So did you get absolutely whacked as you usually do?
No.
No, but well.
Oh, well, I was trying to think. We obviously bowled second again and went down. It was a thriller. Went down to the last ball.
Shock.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah, wow. Who would have seen that coming?
Yeah, Geordie Barrett had his opportunity. 6 off the last, and he just couldn't quite execute.
Oh, right, should bowl underarm.
Tell you what, the crowd is, the Mount's different to the Hagley for sure when it comes to that game. But the DJ really gets that crowd going.
Oh, you think it's more feral?
In the Mount? Yeah,
the Mount.
100%, yes.
Really?
Without question, yeah.
See, I have quite a lot of experience with these crowds when I worked for New Zealand Cricket as the matchday host, and I would say Seddon and Hamilton is the most feral.
So feral and...
Yeah, but they haven't hosted Black Clash.
They haven't, no, I'd love to see that.
What do you mean feral in the sense they're giving you advice?
Oh, a lot of advice. Yeah, a lot of advice. But just generally the kind of level of drinking, I would say. Seddon number 1, I'd say Hagley number 2. Mount would be, below Dunedin for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose different game, holiday crowd as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
had
true.
some friends there, they don't believe they saw more than 20 balls of cricket.
I like that though. It's a bit of an event, you know. It's like
That's
there's
right.
nothing wrong with just creating an event that people go to.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Doesn't matter what's creating the event. Just it has created events, so people go along.
It's a place to be.
Yeah, making cricket fun.
Yeah.
It can be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does remind you of that. But no, I don't watch it either. Now, let's talk serious cricket now.
Yep.
The Blackcaps have just finished their T20 series versus India off the back of a historic one-day series win, 2-1 rather. Went down pretty dramatically in the T20s. In fact, in that last game, India hit 270 against the Blackcaps. What are we lacking there?
Just shy of 500 runs scored in the match.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing. Flat wicket, India obviously favourites for the World Cup, very good side. I don't think you can read too much into it, to be honest. Won the one-day series, obviously, but T20 cricket can just go either way pretty quickly. The one positive out of that series, though, for me is all the players have contributed at some stage throughout the series. It's not as if we're going into this World Cup with players out of form. Richardson maybe, get more volume of runs out of him, but everyone else has played a part throughout that series, and you can win the right moments, and over the next couple of weeks, they'll go a long way.
I would say the concerning thing for me was our spinners, who are usually very reliable, particularly the captain, Mitchell Santner, really took some tap against the Indian batters.
Very flat wickets. They were very flat wickets
boundaries.
and small boundaries. There's the opening games at Chipak, Chennai, where the Chennai Super Kings play. Traditionally a spinner's venue, even though I think they've redone the pitch there, but might come into play a little bit more, the spinners there.
I think it illustrates just how different the games are too, between one-day cricket and T20 now. You know, I know they're both white ball games, but one-day cricket is, I think it's still played with the mentality of, go out and score runs, but with an overriding desire not to get out, which is a completely different mentality. And I think we've got really good balance of side in that, and then we bowl well in those circumstances. We conceded a lot of runs. I don't think there's a major issue with the batting in T20. I think we've got a lot of power.
Okay.
I think we've got a lot of bites to the cherry. But yeah, when you concede, and they regularly conceded quite a lot of runs there, that concerns me just a little bit,
Yeah, just Adam Milne ruled out with injury. I think Lockie only played the last game as well. You need that X factor of someone who can bowl rockets.
You don't want to be searching for a bowling formula either. You want to go into that tournament and okay, well, generally, they bowl there, they bowl there, they bowl there, and you're trusting it. So you don't want, there's probably maybe going into the tournament searching a little bit and how does the bowling unit work?
One phrase that came up and that always comes up when a team's losing and a player is interviewed, they often go, what's happening? And the player will always say, the team's in a really good space. When a team is winning, it's the same player, they'll go, the team's in a really good place. Has a team ever not been in a good place?
Well, not that you'd admit. Now they've lost games, we're in a really bad place.
Yeah.
I think when you're building up to a World Cup, the White Ferns had this last year where we lost 10 in a row, and we were hurting and feeling the pressure, and there was lots of conversations around whether we had the right batting order, whether our bowlers were the right bowlers for T20 cricket and that combinations, but you sort of have to believe in it when you're that close to a World Cup and knowing that you can turn it on when it matters. And when they're do or die games in World Cups, anything can happen. It doesn't matter if you lose a 5-0 series, you can beat them in a one-off match. So I think that they would have been figuring stuff out as well. So it's not necessarily that they put their best 11 on the park every match. Fernellen came in late, so
Yeah.
I think you've got to stay positive. Whether that's the full truth, we'll never know.
It's great to see him score runs actually for the Blackcaps.
Yeah.
You know, because I was thinking, oh, okay, Flash Harry's going to come over from the, you know, for the Big Bash or whatever, where he's completely dominating and get nothing for New Zealand. But he started off really well, so that's really cool.
Yeah, 80 off 39 in that last game, kind of the only player he scored runs, apart from Ish Sodhi smashing a few at the end. He needed to because he conceded quite a few at one point.
I don't think there's anything wrong with sort of saying we're not playing very well at the moment.
Yeah, but then no one ever does.
No.
Yeah, like I interviewed when you guys were at that World Cup last year. I had Sophie on, had Eden on, I think yourself as well. All of you said team's in a really good place.
Well, Suzie said a word
We
there.
won. We won the World Cup.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Belief is a big word around confidence. Fake it till you make it as well. But just with that bowling department, in T20 cricket, look, bowlers go between 7 to 11 runs and over, and that's kind of okay. It's just the big overs. Now you're allowed 1 or 2 big overs of say 17 plus, but as soon as you start entering the territory of having 4 big overs against you, that is the winning and losing of a game of the cricket.
Who'd do it? I mean, you're the bowler here. Who'd be a bowler now?
I'm a product of Cricket Max. So
That was even worse. You could go for 12 off a ball. Yeah.
I reckon the pressure's on the batters.
Do you reckon?
Well, you got to whack it.
You do have to whack
Do you know
it.
what I mean? If you go out there and you can't quite find it, you know, and you're building a picket fence and you're not finding the middle and you're out of it, but you're not getting out, you're using up overs, that looks awful.
Haven't we seen any retired out at international cricket?
I love that new.
But has it?
Yeah.
I've seen it happen in other but I can't remember an international game where someone.
no,
I think it's got to be used more.
I think
I think it's a really good strategy. If you can get your head around that strategy, that it can be really a winning strategy, but it takes some guts.
you're not good for the ego. The guy has just been retired.
Well, but so long
If
as
you
you
decide, like if you decided, I think would be better than getting a off you come.
No, because you know what it's like. You have the eternal hope. I'm just one little shot away from playing well here. But to me, it's like if you retire someone out, it's not like, well, you're not playing the next game. It's like, you know, it just wasn't happening for you on this day. So it doesn't need to be a negative thing. It's just how the captain and the coach actually
Well, if you've got a
tailor it.
left hand to come in when there's
Yeah, we
Legs
need
down,
to get
yeah,
this
yeah.
guy in with enough overs against this bowler. Sorry, you know, I think it can be treated as a real positive.
The matchup. So it blows me away in this generation of cricketers now, just the confidence batters have. Like I think Mark and I kind of, Mark before me, but grew up in an era of fear of failure. Like don't get out. These guys are more than happy to get out because they've shown initiative or being proactive to make the most of an over or a situation, and the confidence they display, I find it mind-boggling.
Yeah, and look what they can do.
Yeah.
And they prove it to themselves that they can do it. Like if we got out driving at one, it was like gutless. Well, what a lack of guts. Gutless performance. So you did. You just let it go.
It's hard for pundits, as we are currently, to analyse that kind of cricket. Because you can't go, oh, I played a stupid shot. Of course I played a stupid shot. It's T20 cricket. There's only stupid shots.
Yeah. Well, I think it's okay. Why did you play that shot? Like the execution. So difference between strategy and execution. I think you can always forgive someone for not executing the shot, so long as his thinking behind it was right. You know, there was a gap down there. They needed X amount per over. That ball, you needed to score a boundary if you could. You go for that shot, didn't come off. You get out. You know, it's some sort of weird back knee scoop over the shoulder. But if you didn't execute it, it's not a bad shot. It's just you didn't execute it.
What were our coaches doing to us? Like
I think they hamstrung. I think we were denied to show what we could do.
I mean, obviously a much lower level, but absolutely anyone who showed any kind of pace with the ball was told, no, slow it down, line and length, top of off.
Yeah, the twilight
Bubble.
years of Sir Richard Hadley were used as the benchmark. A lot
Yes.
of people don't realise when Sir Richard Hadley began his international career, he was all over the show.
Terrible.
They're trying to bowl quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first, it's just come up recently actually, the first 17 tests he averaged about 35 in test cricket.
There was a song written, If I Was the Chairman's Son, because his old man was the chairman.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought that's how Sir Richard was getting to the side, because he bowled a whole pile of crap. And he was only there because he was chairman's son. I mean, look what happened. But and then all of a sudden, you know, when he was bowling rat pace but hitting a nice line and length, that's how all young bowlers were meant to bowl. That's not how he got to where he did.
Yeah, his shadow looms large over all of, you know, men my age, his career and older,
Yeah.
right? We were all told to do that.
Oh,
Just
that
do
was
that.
you would have been a 155, pushing 160, wouldn't you?
My
You know?
era was like Glenn McGrath, Sean Pollock, and myself. So that wasn't tear-away stuff, really, wasn't it? But then it
Sean
kind
Pollock
of
used to charge in the early years.
on
just
the
to try to
early
bowl
years,
quick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Angry redhead he was. And
Yeah.
Uh,
Bitter and twisted. Oh, yeah, he was.
We'll see.
But now that you've got Sam Curran bowling that, it's sort
Oh,
of,
that
he's
weird
like
ball, eh?
70k or something.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It's well, it's a good point, Suzie, because of the development of the bowlers now. They've never been tested more, so they're going to have to come up. There's reverse swing back in the 90s. They, Wasim and Wakar found a way to execute that, and that was a thing. Then they took that away from us and introduced two new
He
balls
found a way to execute that.
with a bottle cap or something. But anyway,
Just like, and you were
But they got rid
diplomatic
of
for a
it.
second there.
and brought in the two new balls. So then the whole reverse swing went to one side. So then what is next for a bowler to do? And we've seen recently in the Aussie-Pakistan series, and Pakistan bowlers tried something. So they're going to have to be an evolution for your 24 balls in T20 cricket.
Well, shall we talk about that? We'll jump to that now. Usman Tariq is his name. He's called a mystery spinner. He has a very round arm action. He gets Cameron Green caught in the sort of cover region, skies one, outside edge, and he walks back to the dugout and makes an action like he threw it. Now, we've all had a look at the video just before we started recording. Do you think he threw it?
No, I don't think he throws. He just round arm slinger.
We run arm slinger, but that's the Australian way. You can't do that to an Australian cricketer. My God, you can't do that.
It's very
And they
Australian.
can
You can't to
hold
compete
your
with them.
That's right.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, like that is fine.
You stand up and try to look in the eye. You're meant to go over to Australia if you are in Australia, get soundly beaten, and then thank them for the lesson.
That's right.
You got to compete a little bit, but only a little bit, just so that their commentators and stuff are entertained and they're not bored through the day.
Or be of some financial use to them. So I think
Yeah.
that's why New Zealand's got 4 tests there next summer, is because we packed out their stadiums with punters.
That's right.
Yeah. Even though we weren't much of a match for them last time we went over there, we still bought drunken fans. So that's what they love. No, you're absolutely right, though. We should probably. So we don't think he threw it. No,
it's great.
In fact, I would say Malinga, who no one ever had a problem with. I never heard any accusations of throwing from Malinga. I'd say he's even more rounder.
I feel like he was just mad that he got out to that. So it sort of was a bit clubby.
It was a bit clubby, wasn't it? It was a bad shot.
And so it's sort of like you're just mad in that moment that you got out to that kind of. He stopped. He sort of slung it down. It was a bit, backyard prickety.
Yeah, do you think there's a bit of pressure on Cameron Green too?
It's a good point.
Because he's
Expectation.
it's huge expectation, did not live up to it in the Ashes, and now it is a bit. I don't think his dad's the chairman, but they've put a lot of time and effort and money into this guy, and he hasn't quite delivered yet.
Yeah, wait, he's got a big price tag on his shoulders now through the IPL auction. I mean, a lot of talk over in Australia. Bo Webster played the last test in the Ashes and did a wonderful
great
job, and people say that he should have had that position of the all-rounder throughout the series. So
I was surprised he fetched so much at the auction. All I can put it down is maybe he's my son of one of the owner's favourite player or something like that.
I think too skilled player, bowls quite fast,
fast all
bouncy, bats,
Yeah, it's probably.
fields.
Yeah, but to pay a fortune for him.
Yeah, the whole dynamic's changed, isn't it?
They'll have a big tall bowler. I mean, Kyle Jamieson went for a lot of money too, and didn't end up playing that much.
It just means that someone else doesn't get them though.
Yeah, how much of it is that?
Yeah, it'd be a little bit of it.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's talk about our own T20 league. The Super Smash just wrapped up. Riggy, you did quite a lot of the commentary.
You start and the finish of it.
Yeah, okay.
Missed sort of the middle of it.
Did you on holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. But
I saw that, the business end.
Yeah. I imagine you still had it on though.
Oh, I kept an ear to the ground. Yeah.
The final, I thought the women's final was great.
Yeah, it was.
And the men's final was a bit, And also your nemesis, Northern Districts won.
Northern Districts, yeah.
Yeah.
Mind you, I have a healthy dislike but respect for Northern Districts cricket. There's a little bit of mongrel there.
Oh,
and when they get in finals, they win them.
Only from the north, like Northland, those Northland players, they got a bit of mongrel about them, don't they?
Well, I think a lot, but they win. I think through the years, ND sides have a great record in finals, and they did it again. Canterbury, I feel for them. That's on 5. That's going to scar Cole McConkey for quite some time. He'll say, he's such a lovely bloke. He'll sort of, take it on the chin, but that is going to hurt. They just didn't front again. They just didn't score enough runs. And the minute that hot opening pair of Northern Districts got going, it was game over really. Which was, I've got nothing. I would have liked a close game for a great finale, but when the consistently the best team in the competition wins the final, I think that's a good result.
And you would say also without a lot of stars, indeed.
No, and they've often been like that. Although often they've had their stars cleaned out because they had in the Bolton Southeast sort of era and Williamson, those guys were seldomly around, but they always find really good cricketers. I've always admired the districts. I think you get a lot of guys who at that second tier who have a bit of something about them. They compete, they're good, and they make the grade.
Yeah, and the Clark brothers for ND seem to have stood up, and Christian in the Blackcaps in and out, sort of got a
score him in the big dance as well. Courtney Clark, brilliant, all season, got runs in the final. Hampton's been great at the top for them, got runs in the final.
Yeah,
and the women's game was just, what Jess Kerr was able to do was amazing.
It was unbelievable, and she came in at 3. So what? Jess bat for the Ferns 7, 8.
Yeah, she's been trying to get up there. She has got some of the best power in the game at the moment. She hits the ball clean and hard, and I think for Wellington she's batted 3 or 4 the past 2 seasons. But yeah, I was actually watching on my phone in the car just the last over, and I thought Auckland have got this. And next.
Well, they're in the 15s, 40s and 15s for about 4.
Off the last 2. Maddie's still talking about today.
You don't get that. Generally, you don't get that.
She said, "Who would you have bowled in the last over?" And I was like, it's hard when you're captain to bowl yourself. She's not one of the frontline 5 bowlers, but she could have had a bowl, but you just never know. Jess could have.
She only bowled herself all year.
Yeah, but I think when she's not captain and you're telling her to bowl, she bowls a lot more. So.
Well, she sat where you are sitting right now a couple of months ago and said that she wasn't much of a bowler, and then she had a really good tournament with the ball.
Yeah.
Just on Jess Kerr, I was pleased in the sense that she's actually been around for some time. So she's done the whole kind of development thing, and she's played a bit of international cricket. So she kind of doesn't need to do something like that, but it's just almost reward for all her efforts and the graft she has done, and she has got that name about her to pull off something like that, which is that's a pretty special thing to do.
Absolutely.
How much sharing goes down the fact that the Blaze they win?
They do.
Do you know? Because
I don't know. It's nice for her to do it without merely as
without the stars.
That's
There was
right.
never a time that you would go into another team went into a final against the Wellington team. They went in as Wellington were underdogs. So you win as favourites. The Hearts went into that as favourites when you go player for player, and still somehow that champion team were able to pull it out of the fire.
But you want to add to
No, I was
that?
going to say there's something about winning finals, like when you've done it, because yes, a similar Otago played Auckland in the HBJ final last year, went to the last over, and Eden kind of pulled an innings out of nowhere to get, and so Auckland have those memories, whereas Wellington only have the good memories of winning finals. And
Well, just on that is a good lead into my next point about Canterbury losing 6 finals. I find touching on what Rig was saying before with Northern Districts and Canterbury, I find that for me is like Australia, England being in the final. You kind of don't want either team to have success. So I find the domestic game, Canterbury and Northern Districts fall into that category for me.
Yeah, so I found myself weirdly in the Challenger final, or the whatever the one for the men's. I kind of was hoping Canterbury would get into the final because I wanted them to have a home final, so there'd be a nice big crowd
But there was, but they weren't the home team.
Right.
And I was very disappointed with Northern Districts. They let me down because the first thing they should have done as the home team would have been to kick Canterbury out of the home changing rooms.
Oh,
did they not have
They
it?
didn't, and not doing that is so un-Northern Districts.
Oh, yes.
You know, the Northern Districts teams we played against.
Oh,
It's the first thing they would have done. Because you think, I mean, in the end it didn't cost them, but Tom Latham, Henry Nichols, they all had their little spot in the change room that they always go to, their little area. You know, made themselves feel comfortable. Kick them into the visitors changing shed.
Oh, you
So now
mentioned
find a spot.
Yeah, the Hearts, the Storises, the Bradburns.
I feel like with Canterburyans, that might have just given them the extra bit of like.
Not that. No, they're too nice. They would have upset them. They're too nice. They're full of nice guys. That's the problem.
What happened to the Spark, Suze?
Yeah, it sort of fell away. I think Laura Harris came in
Good
with
start.
a bang, and I think teams, to their credit, started to plan a bit more for her, and they bowled their best bowlers, and they just knew there was one big wicket in that middle order. Polly Ingalls was outstanding. Hopefully that means she gets some opportunities with the White Ferns, but the two games that we sort of needed to win at the back end, they were close and we just fell short. So yeah, a bit of a shame, but
Probably missed Eden.
Yeah, and like Hayley Jensen as well retired last year. So 3 players who bowl overs, do a job with the bat and in the field. So it was a new team and a new coach. So yeah, disappointing, but I thought we sort of deserved to be in that top 3 sides, but it wasn't to be.
Andre's coach?
No, he's with the men.
Oh, he's with the men.
Yeah,
I beg your
he's
pardon. Okay.
assistant coach with the Volts.
I see. Final question. It's quite a big one. What next for the Super Smash? There is no broadcast deal for next year. So,
well, I guess it continues, but it won't be broadcast, so it becomes just a cost of trying to, because you have to play it, you got to know who's winning. If the NZ20 comes into existence, probably then that's the end of Super Smash.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't think they'll do both.
No.
I don't think the associations want.
So it's probably a lot of water to flow under the bridge, but it needs to flow under the bridge pretty quickly.
Yeah.
The Super Smash in both formats, and it produces players year in, year out. There's no question about that. But if we stay still, like, come on, we need to keep moving with times. Everything in life and business and cars and the way we communicate, everything evolves and grows and becomes bigger and better. And if we take the mentality, we'll just keep doing the same thing, then where we're going to be in 5 to 10 years.
It needs a massive cash injection.
It needs something.
And that's not going to come from New Zealand cricket. The money's not there. So it just becomes a cost of production, really, a cost of trying to produce it, or cost of trying to support producing international cricketers. It's a shame. It's a shame because I think the standard of cricket being played in our domestic T20 competition is comparable with anywhere around the world. It's really good. Mm-hmm. It's just it doesn't have the resume it has.
Do you think Forsyth Bar will have a team in the NZ20?
He's got with enough former cricketers there. Yeah.
I just think for the women's game, like this Super Smash has been the best thing that's happened for women's domestic cricket. Like having it on Freddie Air TV, double headers with the men, the standards lifted, the amount the associations have put into the women's game has been better, and they've got good coaches in. So as much as the NZ T20 needs to come in, like Carl said about the evolution, I think it's just really important we keep T20 domestic cricket for the women, because we don't play 4-day cricket.
Yeah.
So it's just the amount of cricket the females play in New Zealand is still not enough. So it's kind of being able to, whether it's festivals, tournaments, and it doesn't necessarily need to be televised, but I think there still needs to be enough cricket, and then that on top of the T20 on top of that domestic stuff.
Yeah, because your season's weirdly sort of mixed up, isn't it? So you play Halliburton-Johnson Shield, and then you play Super Smash, and you come back and play like one more round?
Yeah, I think they got 2. So they only play 10 and 10. So there's 10 one-day games and 10 T20. So
And then that's it. That's it.
yeah, and there's not club cricket under that either. So there's just the playing opportunities is what's really important for the women's game.
So I read a piece I think you did a wee while ago about Test cricket. Now you've never played a Test match,
No.
so is that likely to happen with New Zealand cricket? Is there a Test match on the horizon for the women's game? Because Australia, England did one last year, didn't they?
Yeah, they play the multi-format.
The multi-format Ashes, yes.
They had in the new FTP, which went to 2029, and New Zealand weren't in that, but they had India, Australia, England, South Africa, and West Indies.
Okay.
But we decided that with where white ball cricket is going and the pinnacle events, that wasn't the investment they wanted to make.
Okay.
So we don't play red ball cricket domestically, so there are arguments for that. But I know teams have asked New Zealand to play Test, and because the Ashes, how it's done, 3 one-days, 3 2020s and a Ashes, and it's all points based, is quite a good system.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if New Zealand cricket see a future in that. Scott Weinick did say, now he's gone sadly, that if we won a world event, he'd talk to us about Test cricket.
So you did
And we
that.
did win a world event,
And-
but now he's gone. So
Okay. Oh, it'd be great to see. Sophie hasn't played one either, right?
no, the last one was 2004. I think Katie Martin played in that.
Okay.
Katie Martin. There you go.
So the T20 World Cup, the Blackcaps start their campaign against Afghanistan on Sunday night, and I think Afghanistan are more than a
They're good.
banana skin team. I was trying to think of the phrase. Yeah, anymore. In fact, this could be a really challenging game.
Yeah, but I think I know we've been losing, but our skills should be heightened.
You would think so, yeah. So Afghanistan, UAE, South Africa, and Canada in our group. The might of Canada. And when they had that Aussie guy,
Yes.
play for him.
Like a couple of New Zealanders for a while.
Also, that's right. Yeah. So you'd think that they would come first or second in that pool, which would send them into the Super Sixes. So
Captain Scotland's a New Zealander as well.
Yes, too.
yeah, that's right. Tom's the Bruce.
But South Africa are a good team in all 3 formats now. I feel like they go under the radar a little bit.
Well, I think they had a bit of a dip, but they're definitely back.
When have they won anything? When did they win?
World Test Championship.
World Test Championship, yeah, I forget.
And they lost the last T20 final.
They need to win a white ball final.
They do.
Yeah.
There's another team like that. I don't want them to win one until we have. Thank you very much. Because we're in that group of never having won. They've not won a Champions Trophy, I don't think. And we have.
Yeah.
No, South Africa did.
They did?
Yeah, they won the one at Lords.
The forgotten tournament.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't count that.
Yeah, didn't they play the final at Lords against India?
A whiteboard final.
No, sorry, the
Does a
championship.
test. He does test.
Not Test championship.
Oh, Test Aussie,
Championship.
yeah. Not the
Not white
Champions Trophy, that weird World Cup that no one cares about.
Isn't that just to have a sort of a global tournament so that in
Correct.
between the World Cup?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, because T20 World Cups every 2 years, One Day World Cups every 4 years.
Yeah.
But there's a year off.
Yeah.
So they could have something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark, you have not done our new segment with or against.
With or against, tell me now, yeah.
So that's where we put in our little sting. That
Probably because I have no
Dennis made.
respect for people I played with it against.
Nan's an island, so this will be interesting.
Apart from Kyle.
Oh,
Well, he had no respect.
Oh, I hope Milby's in this.
It's just a tolerance.
He only just started talking to me recently.
Three batters, 3 bowlers, 3 all-rounders, including keepers, and I doubt you're going to put a keeper in there, but let's see.
Oh no! I'll start with the all-rounders.
Okay, let's do that.
Because I would put Adam Gilchrist, Saint Adam Gilchrist, the South Pointers' best patron saint of cricket. Yeah, wonderful player, an amazing player. Just the stuff he did, and he was a good keeper as well. I don't recall him making too many mistakes behind the stumps.
Well, I remember when he got the gig ahead of Ian Healy, because Ian Healy had not retired, so he was, I think he was dropped, and he was a bit more agile than old Heels.
There's not much that he could. I can remember when he was belting us, and then all of a sudden they got in trouble in a Test match in Perth, and he just blocked the crap out of with another, 20 odd overs. Amazing cricketer.
How annoying.
I think with Chris Kens, I find it hard to go past him, having played with him for a long period of time. What he could do, he was a match winner, and we decided he was going to turn it on. The innings that he played, from sometimes losing positions to get New Zealand across the line, brilliant. And when you have a look at record, he made it to averaged I think 29 with the ball, averaged over 30 with the bat. That's genuine
Yeah, that's the
all-rounder.
same as Ian Botham.
And I guess if you're going to look at statistics with players I played against, you got Jack Cullis was.
You're putting him in the all-rounders?
I faced him a lot, and I thought he bowled a whole pile of crap, to tell you the truth. But he seemed to get people out, and he was a hell of a batter.
Yeah. So but you're putting him in the all-rounders?
Yeah, he's an all-rounder.
He is, okay.
It's probably the argument best all-rounder you've been in the
No,
world.
but
isn't it?
Kyle put him in his batters.
He's best cricketer ever.
Yeah.
He's got 300 Test wickets.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Average,
How?
average
And
is
a
more
million
than
runs.
Tendulkar. Yeah.
We've got to stop hitting those log hots straight to point. Batters? All right, with and against. So, I mean, there's been the greats, Tendulkar. I don't think I ever actually stood and watched Tendulkar score a big total against.
You played against him, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I did actually get Tendulkar out. He's one of my first class wickets.
Of course he is,
I've had to
yeah.
rule him out.
That good.
No.
Is that the lap of the ground after you got Tendulkar? Was that?
No, that was Mohammed
Mushtaq.
Yusuf, who was Yusuf Yohana at the time. But he obviously turned to
He had to change his name.
Yeah.
Did I find this?
Before that, he was Cat
Would
Stevens.
this be online? Would this be online in this video of you getting Tendulkar?
I didn't see that. No, it was my first class debut.
They got out
New
to
Zealand
you,
presence.
and he had to change his name.
No, this was yeah. So Yusuf Yohana, after getting out to me,
Changed his name.
turned to Islam and changed his name and went on a run scoring bonanza. Actually,
He did.
He was a very good player.
Okay.
I don't think not one of the greatest ever. Probably not even our greatest ever batter, but I had tremendous respect for him as a batter. And when he was in his pomp, there was some genuine batsmanship about it, and someone you learnt off would be Stephen Fleming.
I mean,
played with.
when you say when he was in his pomp,
Yeah.
like looked so good.
And batting with him and discussing tactics and things like that, so I put him up there as one of the best I ever played with. Watching Lara bat from short leg was amazing. The footwork was crazy.
Short leg with flower.
Well, no, that's what. Yeah, well, Dan Vittori, we thought we could get him out, Dan Vittori. Although, Bondi did sort him out, but he was a genius, absolute genius. There's been some brilliant Aussies and stuff like that.
You got to have two left-handers out of three.
Yeah, probably have. Did I know? Yeah, the other one,
Tendulkar.
Tendulkar. Well, no, it's because he never scored runs against me, and it was me.
One game.
Well, he didn't want to, did he? He didn't want to get out to you,
Yeah.
but he did.
Didn't count to his stats though. That game did it. Was it a practice game? Or was it?
It was it was a first class game.
Oh, first.
Yeah,
game.
so my first class wickets was Menos Pravako, who was later proven to be a match fixer. So I don't know whether that had a reason why I ended it at all.
So you might have made him rap.
Kapil Dev, first ball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, him he straightened it off, and then Tendulkar bat pad
It's pretty
by
good.
Gavin Larson, I think, or might have been Ruds. Bowlers. Yeah, I never actually played against Shane Warne at his best, but he was an amazing bowler. But I did, it's funny actually. The bowlers that if people said who are the best bowlers you face, often the bowlers actually did well against, because it's more about the bowling unit as opposed to the individuals. When Shoaib ranked it up and bowled the speed of light, there was something else, but I probably wouldn't put him up there as one of the greatest bowlers. McGrath was an incredible bowler. All of us wanted to face Richard Hadley and see what that was like when he was at his best. I think Gillespie in the early 2000s, McGrath through that early 2000s period is as close as you would get to facing the king. And just that ability to bowl just quick enough, hit an incredible line and length, and you just went nowhere against them. So those two, I would say the Australian bowling unit, I'm not even going to name three, because I'm just going to go the Australian bowling unit of 04 was something else.
So Gillespie, McGrath, Warne, Kasparovich, have we got in there?
Kasparovich, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Brett Lee in 01, but Brett Lee was fast but gave the opportunities to score.
2004.
Yeah, that's off the top of my head, yeah. Brett Lee gave the opportunities to score, even though he was fast, a hell of a bowler. Whereas Kasparovich just came in and just was this foil to these three greats of their game. And it was, so I'm just going to go those three as a bowling unit. Well, they basically forced me to retire.
Well, that's high praise.
It caused my retirement because I knew they were coming back to New Zealand for another series, and I didn't want a bar of it.
Well, knowing you and how stubborn you are, that is high praise.
That's a real team first mentality.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
It's a perfect spot in which to leave us. Thank you very much, Rigger and Suzie and Kyle. We'll see you next week with another edition of the Cricketers Network.